What's up, guys? It's Lame Reaper, aka Owen, back with another video. Doing some work on these Doug firs back here, and I'm gonna be topping one of them, and then just doing a lot of deadwood on another, and doing some weight reduction as well. One of them leans like crazy, so give you guys a show real quick. A fun little solo climb. Got the gear. So there's actually 3 of them right here. Look, this one leans all crazy. Shoots back up this way, shoots out this way. Let's get to her in the shade. This one right here, we're going to be topping. This one, a lot of dead wood. And this one, we're going to be doing some weight reduction. But once we get up there, I'll get more into the topping part of it, and we'll discuss. Just got a new throw line. Swear I just spent about 20 minutes untangling the damn thing. Anyone else, whenever you get a new throw line, they always just come tangled like a motherfucker. God damn. Gone fishing. That's the one. All right, so I got my tie-in in this tree. And now I gotta swing over to this tree. We'll be at that top. All right, so we're at the top of this tree. There's a little green above me, but I can see like there's still some decay and dead in this green area. You wanna find a good spot below the decay and dead and down to a good lateral, so you're not just topping it at a random spot. But we'll get this top out of here, and then we'll talk about it. And I had someone comment on my video like, I don't understand the point of electric saws, blah, blah, blah. Like, why does everyone get them? You know, they have their perks. Of course, they're not as good as a gas power saw, but not only is it nice to not have to do a pull cord every time you want to start, especially if you're just doing a couple cuts up in a tree. But also where I live in the Pacific Northwest, and especially Southern Oregon, we have fire season. Our fire seasons get pretty bad, and they actually put restrictions on like using gas powered stuff. So it's nice to have electric saws and whatnot. All right, so I think I'm gonna put this. Gotta find a good spot. There's like a table down there that I should have moved. I don't know if you can see it. There's a table down there I should have moved. That's right where I want to put the top, but it might be small enough to miss it. I think I might just send it off that way, maybe. I don't think anything's down that way. Should be able to just fucking toss it too, so. This thing's swaying so much just with me bobbing my head back and forth. Like I might even be able to just stick it right here behind me too, in this little open. Yeah, let's do that. Should be able to just put it right here behind me. I don't know if you guys can see or not, but. I mean, if you're good at sharpening, These electric saws can rip, man, you know? All right, but here goes nothing. You know what? Yeah, let's do it. Here we go. Perfect. Then we'll make a nice flat cut right here. You want to have it slightly sloped so water can run off. Just like that. There we go. There's our top, topped out of there. Nice little view. There's the burn center, old people's home. There's the mountain, Roxy Inn. Okay, so let's get into it. When is it okay to top a tree? Generally, you know, topping a tree should be the last resort. You shouldn't just resort straight to topping a tree, because there's alternatives. You know, you can do some crown pruning, just some structural pruning, some canopy reduction, and just bring back some of the leaders or some of the branches, you know, some of the major branches, but not the actual top. It is okay if it's like a storm damaged top, like the top is breaking out or has a crack in it because of storm damage, or if it's a dead top like this one we just had. You know, it's been dead for over a year, and it's a hazard. So if you're reducing a hazard and it's a safety hazard, then you can get away with it, you know, and that's totally okay. You know, and there's also some ways, you know, utility, they have their excuse for topping trees for utility lines and power lines. And then you got like your orchard prune. You can kind of like top apple trees to help produce apples, you know. But you know, it's funny. Look, here's right next door. Here's not a good example to top a tree. You don't want to top a tree. You don't want to top a healthy tree just to top the tree because you want to maintain its size or appearance or open up the view for something. You know, this was a perfectly healthy tree that someone just came and topped. There's actually a couple down in there. I don't know if you can see, but that's the biggest one. You don't want to just top a tree because you feel like topping a tree because you're scared of the height of the tree. You know, we live in Oregon. We get some tall trees. If you don't want a tall tree next to your house, then you shouldn't have planted it, or you shouldn't have built a house, or you shouldn't have moved there, or maybe just remove the tree, because that's just going to cause a lot of problems down the line topping a tree. Either it causes decay, it can kill the tree, it causes unnecessary sprouts, and then you'll have like multiple tops and you're having to continuously top it. So, you know, there's a do and don't. Everyone has their own opinion on it, but now these neighbors have matching topped trees. This one's looking kind of sparse next door, or the neighboring tree. So I think I'm just going to try to clean it up a little bit and then hopefully preserve it. She just moved in, so I gave her some guides to make her trees a little healthier. But yeah, that about does it. I'll probably see you guys on the ground. I'll probably just do some pull saw action on this other top and some other hand saw, and just some other dead wood going down, and then just a little bit of weight reduction, especially on that leaning one. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, thanks to my 5 viewers for always staying this long. But you could always leave questions in the comments. I'm a certified arborist. I've been in the tree industry for about 10 years, but I'm not a know-it-all. I don't know everything. I'm still learning every day. That's the beauty of this line of work, is you learn something new every day. So always just keep an open mind. You know, there's a million ways to skin a cat. So, all right, as you can see, wasn't a whole lot we had to take out of there. It's all good now. Most of the dead wood, there's still like a little bit, like all the little small little dead wood here and there maybe, but all the major dead wood is out of there. The little bit of lightning on this leader right here. Here's that top that we took out of there. Dead as a doorknob. So, you know, it's good. You don't need that coming down on someone when they're sitting there in a windstorm. So good to get that out of there. All right, guys, that about does it. Got these things all cleaned up, what they were quoted for. Of course, they could probably use a little more work, full service pruning, but it's mainly deadwood and a little bit of weight reduction. But let's take a step back. And then you can see I topped it like right here. And then I even left a good leader or branch for it to take back to and to continue kind of growing and kind of take as the new top, hopefully. You know, that's kind of what you want to do. Unlike right here, you know, they just completely topped it and left no main leader. I mean, it is a cedar, so it is a funky tree, but that's what you don't want to do. Like, then I can show you now that we're on the ground where they did it to this fir, did it to that fir. And there's another cedar over here that they topped. So I don't know why these people decided to go through and just top all their trees. But if you guys enjoy that video, I know I don't always do like the biggest and craziest things, but you know, I'm kind of just your small local business owner operator. I do big stuff sometimes, but I do small stuff. I do big and small. So if you like kind of the more familiar and relatable content, hit that like, hit that subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.